Shout out to all the parents today who are not sick, their kids are not sick, but the kids are home because school has been canceled because of a lack of teachers because of the outbreak. This is something that's happening in certain pockets of the community, and so now the school districts across the Metroplex are really just trying to get creative. So here's one solution that's happening as we speak. Fort Worth ISD is actually putting forth an effort to recruit teachers from Mexico, according to the Dallas Morning News.
Yeah, from Mexico City specifically, and they already offer incentives for bilingual teachers, and so that would apply here as well. A couple of things come to mind when I heard this. Because the teacher shortage is not just about teachers being sick.
No,
that's
you're
part
totally
of it.
right.
But a lot of people have exited being teachers since the pandemic. We know a lot of teachers because of low pay. People who might have otherwise gone into the teaching profession have not. This doesn't address that issue about our American education system and what it pays its teachers. And it's also interesting to me, you can be anti-immigration. Of course, some people are anti-illegal immigration. They're not anti-immigration if somebody comes to the U.S. legally, which of course that would be the case here.
Yeah.
But it's just sort of, it's interesting to me how our sentiments about Mexico and the Mexican workforce seems to ebb and flow depending on what our needs are. So now we need our friends in Mexico to come here to the United States to teach. And I thought, if you leave Mexico City and you're a teacher there and you come to the U.S., who's going to fill their place in Mexico City?
Well, what they're actually doing, and that's a really good question too, because we don't want to be like battling for teachers. They're looking for people who are interested in being certified and in becoming certified.
They may not have certification already.
To become bilingual teachers. And we have, and I think this is such a gift that we have in our public schools here, is the amount of Spanish immersion programs that are available for kids so that first generation English speakers and Spanish speakers can learn together and they both learn from one another. But what we often have is a first generation English speaker then teaching the Spanish, which, you know, it's just not always as excellent. And so they're trying to, I think, bring a little bit of authenticity to the language so that what they're learning isn't textbook and it's actual Spanish.
And I think there are a number of places from which we could recruit really good teachers.
Certainly.
People who have retired early from the corporate world who still want to remain active. I've heard executives who are retired in their mid-50s say they'd love to be able to teach. I had a friend from New York who was a bona fide, certified playwright, award-winning, could not get a teacher certification without going to a 2-year program, then doing more beyond that. If we made it a little easier to qualify people to be teachers who already have a body of work and experience, maybe we wouldn't be having this shortage.
Yes, so the incentives are large. By the way, if you have friends and family in Mexico that are looking, $5,000 bonus, $4,000 stipend for bilingual elementary teachers, and then a $2,000 early commitment bonus if they sign on by April 1st. So a big chunk of money on the front end. Obviously, it involves a move, so you kind of need to do that.
So we haven't paid our teachers historically what they deserve to make, but then when there's a crunch, Yolanda, when there's a log jam and we can't get teachers, when there's a shortage, I should say, we come up with the money.
You know what's funny is that I just saw a memo the other day where after-school program teachers are now being bumped up in pay because they can't find anybody to go in person to teach in these after-school programs. So because of the shortage, now they're bumping it up like $10, $15, $20 when it should have been like that from the beginning.
Yeah.
Of course. And that's
we wouldn't be in this mess, maybe.
That's the after-school programs, because a lot of them are coming up with their own programming and then dealing with kids who are already exhausted from the day. So yes, I am in support of that for sure, Yolanda.